What's up, guys? So in today's video we're going to be talking about Zoom video communication stock. This is one of the hottest stocks on Wall Street right now, and I'm going to show you guys a couple reasons why this stock has been on an absolute tear recently. Check out that chart, guys. A lot of people have been talking about Zoom communication stock, and I'm going to get right into it right now. Before I get into this video, guys, if you enjoy my content, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'm going to be posting videos several times a day. See how this works. So let's just get right into it, guys. I don't want to spend too much time. Let's go right into this video. So one of the nice things about Zoom communication is because of the whole coronavirus crisis, a lot of people are working from home. So what's going on is that schools are basically adjusting, and the workplace as well. A lot of people are working from home, and a lot of students are learning from home. So what is Zoom video communications anyway? Well, we're getting to that, guys, right now. Let's just quickly go to the website to give you guys a quick rundown of what basically Zoom is. So if we head over to the site, we see Zoom for video conferences, conference rooms, and phone. So basically, guys, what it is, it allows you to basically run here's a good example of it. It basically allows you to basically connect with people using your laptop or a cell phone remotely. So one of the things about Zoom, it says one consistent enterprise experience for all cases, engineered and optimized for work reliability, up to 1,000 video participants and 10,000 viewers, easy to use, buy and scale, most affordable, straightforward pricing. So guys, it's just pretty simple. They have types of products. They've got online meetings, webinars, conference room mode, phone system, and a chat system. So basically what people have been using is they've been using it similar to Skype, but it's way more scalable, and they have different products, pricing, and plans and stuff like that. And as you guys can see, it's really great for the workplace. So they've got some nice testimonials from Fox, Uber, Zendesk as well. So guys, that's a little bit of quick breakdown on how the product works. And as you can see, here's another example of the product in action. So I'm going to read an article explaining to you guys a little bit more about how Zoom actually works as a product. So if we just simply head over to Market Watch, and it says why you still may be working from home after the coronavirus crisis. So coronavirus have a lasting impact on traditional office hours. Remote work is here to stay. The coronavirus crisis is making companies and employees increasingly more comfortable about working from home or out of the office. So it says for many startups, remote work is already a part of the normal course of business, and for some, it is a primary working environment. In its simplest form, an organization may place different teams across separate geographies. At an extreme, an organization may choose to build its organization entirely remotely or not even have formal central locations. So guys, what they're basically talking about is that what's happened is that the coronavirus has basically forced people to shift towards remote work, and don't think that all of a sudden, when everything's open back up, that remote work is going away. Useful it is, and it's also very flexible for people if you have children and things like that, or maybe you have an elderly relative to take care of. Really free things up and allow you to stay productive while taking care of other challenges that you may have at home. So article, it talks a lot about remote greatest companies employees should be in global startup apps. It's an article here, and I agree with it a lot. As convenient, and tools like to the Android app store. So guys, you can check this out. You just simply you can type in Google, and you can type in Android app store. As you guys can see here, the top free app right now is Zoom Cloud Meeting. So a quicker dive into the app store. As we can see here, the top free app in the entire world right now is Zoom. So not only have we seen the stock price kind of reflect the increased usage, we've seen plenty of articles talking about working from home, but we've also seen it firsthand in the App Store, the Android App Store. It's the #1 downloaded app, even more popular right now than TikTok. So guys, I think that's just a lot of reasons to be interested in Zoom shares, but I want to actually give you guys a fundamental analysis as well as my technical analysis, and then kind of wrap things up. So if we look at one of the things I like to do, I love reading quarterly earnings reports. I think it provides a lot of information, a lot of insight into the company. So if we just take a look here, if we take a look here at the latest quarterly report and fiscal year results, you guys can find all of this information. You just simply go to Google and you just type in Zoom IR, or you could go to the website, which is zoom.us. Report, we see fourth quarter total revenue was 188 million, up 78%, and full year revenue was $622 million, up 88% year over year. So guys, this is another one of those companies where I think that within 2020, 2021, they're going to hit over $1 billion in revenue. And whenever I see a company hit $1 billion in revenue, that for me is a light bulb moment. And that is really when I love to jump into a company, because there's lots of companies that love to throw around numbers. Well, when you're making $1 billion a year, you're definitely on the right track. You're doing a lot. So I think that's just an important milestone that's coming up for Zoom video stock. If you take a look at some of the more interesting numbers as well, GAAP income from operations, $10 million, 92%. Like I said, the company is profitable. Operating cash flow of 36.6 million, up 129%, and full fiscal year operating cash flow up 191 million. So, guys, this is actually one of the rare companies that is actually profitable and not losing money. Maybe it's due to basically the scalability of video conferencing and stuff like that. So let's just read a bit more. We strive to empower our customers to accomplish more with our video-first unified communications platform. This is evidenced by our strong performance in the fourth quarter as we delivered a unique combination of high total revenue, 8%, at a scale of 188 million, GAAP income from operations 11 million, non-GAAP income from operations 38 million, operating cash flow 37 million. Our execution also drove 61% growth in the number of customers, more than 10 employees, 86% growth in the number of customers contributing more than $100,000 to 12 trailing months revenue. Eric S. Yan. So, guys, this for me is an awesome type of company because number one, it's based on video. So if you guys haven't followed my channel for a while, you know how bullish I am on video companies. So that's companies like Roku, companies like Netflix, Google, any company that is involved in video, because video is the future of information. So, we went from books, traditional books like paperback books, and then the internet came around, and then articles were everywhere. And now with 5G coming up and internet speeds increasing all over the developing world, more and more people are consuming video. It's the reason why Disney Plus has launched their video platform. It's the reason why HBO is launching their video offering. It's the reason why Hulu launched. It's the reason why so many companies are spending billions and billions of dollars. Netflix, of course, why people are spending so much money on video, because video is the future of communication. Maybe 5, 10 years from now, you're not going to see nearly as much text-based communication. Everything is going to be fast connections through video. So you guys can really just build a portfolio of companies that are that trend. So as we look here, the revenue was phenomenal, up 88% per year. And the net income is very solid as well, 9 cents per share. So guys, this is actually one of the rare tech companies that isn't actually losing money. So this kind of puts a premium price for Zoom stock in my eyes, because while I love companies like Uber, Uber is losing money. While I love companies like Roku, Roku is losing money. So this is a company that is actually making money. So they even have some good customer numbers and things like that, lots of different things. But like I said, guys, this is a time, really a good time to get in on Zoom, because a lot of companies are using the software based on the coronavirus epidemic. And I think a lot of them are going to keep it, It's not like all of a sudden when offices open up, obviously people are going to go back to work, but people are going to be using Zoom more often. They're familiar with the product, and it's not, a lot of companies can use this to communicate with if they have employees that are basically working abroad or working remotely and things like that. I think the traditional meeting is done. Myself, I used to work in corporate America, and the thing I hated the most was Monday meetings. It was just a complete waste of time, and just sitting down there for hours and hours basically explaining what you did over the last week, it really doesn't move the needle. So I think video conferencing is a much quicker, much faster way to get information between teams that are kind of separated remotely, and it's just much more, and it's more interesting as well. I think it's not very fun to just sit in a room, with a bunch of people and just basically say the same thing week after week, giving people updates. Much more fun to get on video and kind of be able to talk to people no matter where they are in the world and deliver that same information. So guys, now that was kind of a bit of my fundamental analysis on kind of the numbers. So now I want to run into a bit of technical analysis. So if we look down at some of these key numbers that I want to show you guys, one of the things that when I'm looking at a stock from a technical point of view is I'm a little afraid see a big shoot up like this. So what's basically going on is that this stock was basically not popular at all back right before 2020. And then because of the obviously all of the news articles and everyone using the app more, the stock has shot up to $151. So you have to be a little bit careful here because if you take a look at some of the valuations, the market cap is twice the enterprise value, price to sales ratio is very high, and things like that, even though the profit numbers look pretty good. So the difference between a technical and fundamental analysis is fundamental analysis would tell you that this is a good company, but it's basically a little bit too expensive. But from a technical point of view, if we take a look at this, we see that there is lots and lots and lots of. So this could be a wave that you could potentially ride. Now, one of the nice things about this company is that it's only a $42 billion company. Now, the price to earnings ratio is ridiculous, but we should expect to see a massive, massive increase in earnings in Q1 and Q2 because more and more companies have been forced to download this app, download this software. So for me, I think this company is still a strong buy. I mean, at a 40 to $151 per share. I've seen companies like this. The company that comes to mind most is Shopify. Shopify was in a similar situation and the stock just kept shooting up. And I mean, it was 100 and then 150. Next thing you know, it was at $300, $400. So we could see the same thing with Zoom video communications. Even if Zoom, as long as Zoom is basically under $100 billion. Remember now, guys, they made about 700 million last year. So 88% year over year growth. So let's say that instead of growing 88% in 2020, because usually companies like this, as they get bigger and bigger, that year over year growth it goes down. So let's say instead of growing their revenue at 88%, let's say they grow it at 60%. Okay, well, if they grow revenue at 60% and they're making about $700 million per year, then that'll put them at $1 billion in revenue. So if they're at $1 billion in revenue, that makes this market cap look a bit more realistic. And we also know that this is a long-term trend. So guys, this is a long-term trend. So if I were taking a look at the chart right here, I would say that we definitely have some resistance at 160, but plenty of support at around the 130 level. So for me, I think this is an interesting option. I actually bought some call options uh, on Zoom because I think it still has more room to run, and I think they're going to have an excellent first quarter, and those numbers could send the stock much, much higher. If you guys are thinking of a long-term thing, this is a great long-term stock to buy. We could see a reduction in price, but like I said, I'm definitely thinking about getting Zoom video stock. I'm really, really thinking about it. Who knows what will happen to the stock price? It was already up 7% before the market closed last week. But guys, this is definitely one of the most popular stocks that is benefiting from the coronavirus epidemic. And guys, I would keep this one on your radar. So, let me know what you guys think about Zoom video stock. Are you guys buying it? Do you think if the stock has run up too much, or are you shorting it? Are you buying call options? Are you buying put options? Or do you think this thing has more room to run? Me personally, I think it has more room to run. I think people are looking for companies to park their money in this time, and I think people are very skittish about those upcoming earnings reports that we're going to start seeing in April, guys. So, please make sure you subscribe to my channel because we have a lot of earnings reports coming up in the next probably 30 days or so. So we're definitely going to find out exactly what's going on with a lot of these companies. But that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on Zoom Communications. I'm going to be featuring more stocks that I haven't talked about in the future. So be sure to, like I said, subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date. I plan to update it a lot more frequently now. And if you guys want me to cover a specific stock, I saw some of you guys in earlier comments, you mentioned some stocks. I always like to spend a day or two doing some research before I make a video so I can spend some time getting to know the company a bit more and kind of have those ideas go in my head. So guys, if you want me to cover a stock on my channel, just leave the ticker symbol in the comment section below, and I'll start doing some research on it if I'm not familiar with it, and do my best to give you guys some value, because at the end of the day, I'm here to give you guys value and also to open you guys up to some stocks that you may not have heard of, kind of increase your overall scope of the markets. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.